My name is Courtney Miggins from Stone Mountain, Georgia, and I am your boyfriend. Started playing football when I was in 10th grade. Well, I actually tried out for a little league team when I was in 8th grade, and I was the starting quarterback, and ended up quitting because I was out of shape. And so, I pretty much quit and hadn't played in a minute. Then I got to high school, and my brother asked me, why don't you play football? Thought about it and ended up going out for a tryout. Ended up making the team. I actually ended up starting. Yeah, pretty much became a starter. Had a lot of success on the field. Started getting offers when my junior year. I actually switched high schools, which turned out for the better because I started getting more recognition. Started attending more camps, and different colleges started to offer me, which was pretty exciting. The reason I actually kept playing football was because of the success that I had so early on the field. I had really good success when I first started playing, and I was really an amateur. I didn't know much, but I was always, in the right place at the right time, and football was like my way out. So I thought that, going to school for football would be best for me. So yeah, it came my senior year, and I started to get a lot of offers. A lot of big schools. You probably know some of them. From Alabama to to UCLA. Schools from all over. And it basically came down to my grades and me graduating out of high school. After the signing period, a lot of schools started to back off because I was very close to not making it out of high school. And the only team that stuck with me through the whole process was Louisiana Lafayette, and I actually ended up committing there, but my grades held me back from going, and they placed me in a junior college in Mississippi called Pearl River Community College, where I pretty much started the rise of my career. All right, yeah, as I mentioned, had great success on the field. Which pretty much landed me an offer with Louisiana Lafayette, where I committed out of high school. I was actually placed there by them due to my grades and academics. My experience at Pearl River was like no other. I met some really amazing people. My teammates, the bond we shared with each other was like no other. Freshman year, I thought I was going to get redshirted due to the seniors that were there before me and the knowledge that they already knew. And I spoke to my head coach about it because I was pretty much scared because I didn't want to sit out. And he told me that I had the ability to play on the next level and even on Sundays. But what I decided to do with that was on me. So freshman year goes by. Starting to get the hang of things, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to attend workouts, then having to go to class, then having to attend practice later on that day in Eva Study Hall. It was a great learning experience. As I mentioned, that in high school that I had some academic problems, they pretty much followed me because football was my thing. That's what I like to do. To me, school came later, and it ended up catching up with me. Comes my sophomore year in a community college, and life is pretty much repeating itself. I'm having major success on the field, getting looked at by plenty of schools, but once again, my academic falls short. Made me fall short of attending those schools. So I actually had to end up staying the extras 2 summer sessions just to catch up. One of my biggest offers was from Mississippi State, followed by Kentucky and NC State. Being in Mississippi for so long, I think I got tired of being there. So that really kind of moved Mississippi State from out of the equation. My roommate Avante Bell, he was committed to Kentucky out of high school, and they placed him there as well for him to get his academics together. And he told me that that Kentucky was interested in me. He told me they were interested and that they wanted me to come up there with them. But I told him that I was interested in going to Mississippi State. And so he had his people pretty much contact me on my recruitment process. Not to mention at the time I was placed there by Louisiana Lafayette. So off the back, I was supposed to go right back to Louisiana. So I pretty much stopped my whole recruiting process. Told Louisiana Lafayette that I didn't want to come anymore. The head coach came. He spoke to me. He spoke to my family. Wanted to know what would alter my decision. And just pretty much, I just had to make a move that was best for me. And I didn't see myself being prosperous there. So I opened up my recruitment, and Kentucky offers me. But I was stuck in a hole because I couldn't first of all, I couldn't go anywhere without the grades. Second, you can't go SEC out of junior college without having your associate. So it was either attend a D2 school, a D3 school, or get over this little hump and chase your dream. So comes the summer session, and I'm struggling real bad in math. And Coach Brumbaugh, he just recently left from UK actually. Coach Brumbaugh came to the school to see Avante, and he sat down and spoke with me. He said, I'm gonna put you together a planner. And all I want you to do, even if you don't come, all I want you to do is to follow this plan so you can be set academically. He told me he didn't care where I went, but he wanted to see me get out of here because he knew I had potential to play on the next level. After he told me that, I followed everything he did because nobody else was showing interest in me the way he was. So I pretty much, did what he said to do. The plan consisted of me studying for a certain hour of the day, and pretty much doing whatever I had to, what else I ever wanted to do later on. So I did that, and at the end of the summer session, I ended up passing all my classes and actually graduating with my associates. So after graduation, I pretty much committed to Kentucky, and a couple days go by, I'm at home, and I get a phone call saying, we need you up here ASAP. So I pretty much drop everything I'm doing, and I come to Kentucky without a clue about where I was going to live or what classes I was going to take, nothing. I just came. So I get on campus. It's a week before camp starts. Luckily, I had been conditioning myself while the summer session, so I was pretty much ready for anything. Camp comes around, and I'm thrown into a whole new system, a whole new defense, completely new. Never stood in a position I stood in anything. So camp comes, and I'm pretty much thrown in the fire, just to see what I can do and how well I'll be able to produce. Find myself in this place where I have to question if I'm getting redshirt or not. But I didn't talk to anybody about this. It was just something that I pondered on, and I ended up not getting redshirt here as well because obviously I had the ability to play, but I didn't play much. Had some great guys ahead of me, Ferreton Huguenin, C.J. Johnson, and Reggie Mint. They were a good group of guys. Also Melvin Lewis. Good players. I take nothing from them. They're outstanding on the field. But I just had to wait my turn again, which was nothing new. So that goes by, and here it is, my senior year, of of D1 football, and I'm having success again on the field. Success is pretty good. We actually ended up going to a bowl game for the first time under Mark Stoops, which was pretty amazing. You know, we ended up going to the Taxler Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida. It was a great experience. The difference between Kentucky and junior college was definitely the playing experience. I would say the game didn't change much, but just, you know, from the fans to playing in the stadium, and even experiencing the catwalk. The catwalk is amazing. It was fun being a part of this team, and I loved every bit of it. Life after Kentucky. Ended up graduating with my bachelor's degree in community leadership and development, and got a chance to try out for multiple teams in the NFL. One that stuck with me was the Raiders. Went trial for the Raiders. Didn't make it, but it was a great experience to learn from, and I think I'm definitely going to probably try again next year to see what life has for me.